Hello, everybody. This is Kimchi Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin price prediction. Its price will reach $2.4 million by 2030, according to Cathie Wood, ARK Invest. Let's dig in. ARK Invest raises 2030 bull case Bitcoin price projection to $2.4 million on aggressive modeling. And using a new experimental methodology, they changed their Bitcoin price prediction in a bullish way. ARK also projects a price estimate of $1.2 million in the base average case and $500K in the bear case in 2030. David Puel, an analyst at ARK Invest, wrote that the initial 2030 bull case price target for Bitcoin was around $1.5 million. However, using the firm's latest experimental model, which factors in Bitcoin's liquid supply by discounting lost or long-held coins, they wanted to exclude those lost coins or long-held coins. And they projected a bull case price of $2.4 million for 2030. He also pointed out that Bitcoin's use case as digital gold contributes most to the report's bear and base cases, while institutional investment contributes the most to our bull case. Plus, the use of Bitcoin in emerging markets such as in African or Southeast Asian countries, this will be fundamental as well because they want to preserve their purchasing power with Bitcoin rather than instead of using their fiat currencies. And please, you can be reminded of the 4 to 5 million Bitcoins already were lost already. So all this combined will push Bitcoin price to at least $1 million, up to $2 million, even $2.4 million. Yes, I think that is not impossible, I would say, in the next 5 to 6 years. What about altcoins then? US SEC delays decisions on Polkadot and Hedera ETFs as agency weighs dozens of crypto proposals. They are extending its deadline to June 11th, and they are also delaying a decision on the Bitwise Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF until June 10th. My question here is, why is it being delayed with crypto-friendlier SEC than ever before? Here's the thing. The Commission finds it appropriate to designate a longer period within which to take action on the proposed rule change as modified by Amendment Number 1 so that it has sufficient time to consider the proposed rule change and the issues raised therein. Currently, as you know, SEC, especially Crypto Mom, Hestapeers, they are all working on troublesome homework, which is to classify cryptocurrencies according to clear criteria. What they want is to confirm criteria standard first, and then they want to use that criteria for altcoin ETFs approval processes. That's what's going on right now. Last but not least, you must have heard of ISO 20022. In short, this is the global standard for digital finance. It's a must thing to do. It's not a optional. It's like Microsoft Excel spreadsheet or word processor for all those enterprises in the world. Unless they use Microsoft suites, they cannot be communicated with those other companies because they use all this similar type of format. Microsoft. It's like that in the global finance, especially in the future. One of the prominent ISO 20022 compliant cryptos is for sure Ripple XRP. They are the member of this ISO, this organization. Stellar Lumens, they are focusing on cross-border payments and is aligned with ISO 20022 standards. And Hedera comes in, a public distributed ledger that supports ISO 20022 standards, and it's very well known for enterprise use cases, fast, secure transactions. Quant, QNT, enables interoperability between different blockchains and traditional financial systems and is also aligned with ISO 20022 messaging. Algorand, which is my favorite among these, except XRP. Anyway, this is built for high-speed transactions with a focus on institutional use, and they are already involved in many CBDC pilot programs with Nigeria, with Marshall, a kind of small country, and they are also aligning with ISO 20022 as well, and IOTA and XDC network as well. These are the ones global elites chose a long time ago. I asked the ChatGPT about when will Federal Reserve apply ISO 20022. Federal Reserve has rescheduled the adoption of the ISO 20022 messaging standard for its Fedwire funds service to July 14th. From February 13th, it was rescheduled, delayed to July 14th, because the delay aimed to provide additional time for financial institutions and funders to prepare for the transition. It's a fundamental change, not only for the company, but also in the whole world, to be honest. This migration to ISO 20022 is a significant step in modernizing not only US, but the whole global payment infrastructure, aligning it with global standards and enhancing the efficiency and interoperability of financial transactions. The final deadline of the transition towards ISO 20022 in the global, the central bank, among the central banks around the world, it's by November this year. You know, we got to 6 months or 7 months left. It's not an optional thing. It should. Every single bank and central bank, including central banks around the world, they need to adopt and comply with this ISO 20022 in order to communicate one another in the world. I would say this is a fundamental change in global finance, and they're going to use XRP and their stablecoins RLUSD, Stellar Lumens, Algorand, Hedera for this. So here's the thing: before tariff war is over, entirely over, I think it's almost, we can just the tunnel. We can see the end of this tunnel. I think it's almost over now. But anyway, before it's all entirely over, still opportunity exists to stack some more Bitcoin and even one of these altcoins and sell everything when Ripple goes public. Maybe later this year or early next year. What do you think? Thank you for listening.